Hey, brothers and sisters. Today is September 6th, 2023. And back on August 31st of 2023, I had a dream. And in this dream, I saw my aunt. Her nickname was Tootie. And she recently passed away, so she's the dead in Christ. And she was smiling at me. And then I saw my Uncle Jim walking somewhere outside. Then I saw my cousin Brian. And this is my aunt and uncle's son. And he walked up to a few guys. And then he mentioned to them that he was Navy, which he is retired Navy. Then he was flying a plane. And on the inside of the plane, there was a black object that said KIDD, K-I-D-D, in all capital letters. And I knew that it had to land in certain areas, this black object that I saw that said KIDD on it. I knew that it had to land in certain areas. And I knew that Brian, my cousin, did not trust our government anymore. Okay, so this is what it looked like. I can't draw anything. But it sort of looks like a plane. But it was all black. And it said KIDD in all big letters. So I sent... this is my cousin. I sent it to him. I said, I had a weird dream about you. And I sent him the dream, and then I said, I found this, which I'll show you in a minute. And then I found the USS KIDD. It's a Navy ship, U.S. ship. So I sent him that. And I asked him, were you ever stationed on that ship? And he said, I'm getting a little freaked out by the Maui fires in Hawaii. That last part of your dream is very accurate. No, but I think they were in our battle group on one of my deployments. The smaller ships escort the aircraft carriers. So I found, I didn't know what to look up. I just put in Navy KIDD, K-I-D-D, because I know nothing about any military anything. And this came right up, the USS KIDD, the name of several U.S. Navy destroyers. This is the ship here, USS KIDD DDG-100. It's an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer in the United States Navy. She is the third Navy ship named after Rear Admiral Isaac C. Kidd, who was on board Arizona during the attack on Pearl Harbor in Hawaii, and was the first American flag officer to die in World War II. The ship is part of Destroyer Squadron 1 of Carrier Strike Group 1, which is currently headed by Nimitz-class nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, USS Carl Vinson. Okay, and it is active. This was just something I found, posted on August 16th from the USS KIDD. Okay, so then the picture that I drew was a black, it looked like a black plane, and it said KIDD on it. So I was led to this. A U.S. Air Force B-2 Spirit flying over the Pacific Ocean. This is basically what it looked like. And it was black, like this. And they're this color because the black They're not, any radar is not able to detect them. And these bombers can drop conventional and thermonuclear weapons. Sorry, all this is out of order. Okay, so there was a first USS Kidd. Okay, it was named after this person that was killed in Pearl Harbor. Okay, so there's been several USS Kidds. So he was killed in Pearl Harbor. So what I think the Lord is saying here is that he's warning of the next Pearl Harbor event coming. Pearl Harbor was warned over and over again, and they just kept ignoring it. And then the Japanese destroyed Pearl Harbor, which then started World War II. I really think, like he's saying, history is about to repeat itself, but this time it's going to be with a new enemy, and that enemy is going to be Russia. And then, according to what I'm seeing being reported, out of 11 U.S. aircraft carrier groups, 10 are presently at home ports. This came out September 5th. This is just a map of them all these carrier groups at port and where they're located currently. So all these ships of the U.S. ships are at port. And all the U.S. Navy battleships were at port at Pearl Harbor. And that's when they were attacked. And then I saw a stealth bomber on the plane that my cousin was flying. Like, an image of it. And then it said Kidd on it. And apparently the U.S. sent some stealth bombers over to Europe recently. And Putin has just warned that if we send any nuclear weapons back over to Europe, that the U.S. will be attacked. And then I just want to read this. This is from Brother Paul, because I was, talking to him about all this. And he said, in October 2022, I heard in a dream, miscalculation with Russia overnight. And I'm thinking about that also now. Definitely think pointing to the stealth bomber and the USS Kidd, which is part of a strike group, which is headed by a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier. So I just wanted to get this out. It's also interesting because when the attack at Pearl Harbor happened is when the Holocaust was also happening. And we can see how close we are to Jacob's trouble starting. And just think all this stuff is culminating together. So don't have any fear, because I know that the rapture is about to take place and he's going to come just in time. We trust you, Jesus. So just look at him. Harpazo means to snatch out of harm's way by force, just in time. All right, you guys, I love you. Hold fast.